I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Over the last several months, there have been some shading reportings coming out involving the Black Lives Matter organization. And we know there had been several states that had them under investigation over issues surrounding their fundraising. I use that term loosely, a.k.a. their Ponzi scheme, in my opinion. So a lot of things were starting to come out. Patrisse Cullors, the self-admitted Marxist co-founder, came out and said that she felt terrible because she felt like she was the fall guy for the financial shortcomings. And in this case, the financial, where the hell is the money gone, reports that have come out involving the BLM organization. And now we're finding out that the BLM may have greatly underreported the amount of money they got in to their organization. And also this supports the fact I was talking about the other day. There were things that came out last year regarding some BLM funds having went off into Democratic PACs, right? Well, we know one of those PACs' names. I think we knew it last year, but this article will talk about that as well. Post-millennial. Records suggest cash donations gathered by BLM may be larger than previously disclosed. You don't say. New records have suggested the cash gathered by the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation through donations may have been significantly larger than previously disclosed. In February of 2021, the BLM National Organization claimed that it spent around one-third of its $90 million in donations raised in 2020, leaving the group with around $60 million by the end of the year. In the records reviewed by the Washington Examiner, IRS records suggest that the group, through its fiscal sponsors, raised around $79 million through the Democratic fundraising platform Act Blue in 2020 and another $13 million in 2021. That would be... quick math. Wow. A lot more. What is that? 89. Wow. 90, 91, 92 million. The outlet said that these figures, quote, likely don't represent the flood of corporate donations that poured into the BLM's coffers during the nationwide unrest that followed St. George Floyd's killing. It appears that millions of dollars in donations to the BLM GNF are unaccounted for. Paul Kamenar, the legal counsel for the National Legal and Policy Center, a conservative watchdog group, told Washington Examiner corporations and foundations usually make their charitable contributions directly to the charity rather than go through an intermediary such as Act Blue. So in other words, the Democratic PAC was in on it, which takes a percentage of the gift as a processing fee and used for small dollar donations from individuals. The questions surrounding the BLM GNF's finances call for a full independent audit that must be released to the public. Despite dozens of big-name corporations pledging large donations during the summer of 2020, BLM has yet to disclose exactly how much was received from these corporations. Wow, they haven't even reported all that money that came in corporately? Didn't Amazon give them $10 million by themselves? In February, BLM co-founder Patrisse Cullors said that the money her group received came from, quote, white corporation guilt that has helped her buy 3 houses. A line that suggests a large portion of their donations did not come from the smaller donations processed through Act Blue. Adding to the BLM financial misery is that the group had multiple pools of income during 2020, the Examiner reported. BLM had previously operated as physically sponsored project of the 1,000 current charities in the first half of 2020, switching to the Tides Foundation in the latter half. From late July 2020 through mid-February 2021, web archives reportedly showed that Act Blue donation button on the BLM website routed contributions to support a fund operated by the Tides Foundation. Act Blue Technical Services, which processes the donations made on the platform, reported to the IRS in 2020 that the Tides Foundation, in care of the BLM support, paid $3,111,919 in Act Blue fees in 2020. Act Blue charges a flat 3.95 processing fee on contributions made through the platform, which implies the Tides Foundation raised $78.8 million in small dollar donations through the platform in 2020. It's not clear whether Tides then distributed those funds to the BLM or if Tides remained in full control of the funds, the Examiner reported. During a talk with Morehouse College last month, Kohler said that both the Tides Foundation and BLM were, quote, holding money for the group during the latter half of 2020. Thousand Currents is a small fiscal sponsor. They were like, you're too big for us. You have more money than we do. You all got to go. Find someone else, Kohler said. And so we went to the Tides Foundation. In the in-between time, Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation became a C3. We got our legal status, Kohler's added. And that legal entity, as well as Tides, was holding money. Lots of people were giving money. Records from 2021, viewed by the Examiner from the Act Blue Technical Services, suggest that the BLM had continued to take in a substantial amount of smaller donations. In January 2022, Act Blue Technical Services reported to the IRS that Black Lives Matter Foundation paid $517,847 in Act Blue processing fees, which that figure suggested the BLM raised $13.1 million in 2021 through just Act Blue. Uh-oh. It seems like there might have been a hell of a lot more money out there than the BLM was insinuating they had made, because it came in from a lot of different entities with a lot of different places processing. Uh-oh. Now we understand why these states are heavily scrutinizing this organization. It makes you very suspicious as to what was going on. Act Blue, I believe, was the same processing service that some of these PACs were using, involved with the Democratic parties, et cetera, et cetera. Money was funneling down, in theory, from what we could see, to various contributions to people like Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden. Seen that in the past. If you do your research, you can find these things. Look, this is all allegedly, but you get my point, right? So the BLM is in a hell of a lot of trouble when it comes to the money they received versus what they reported out. Where's that money at? Where is that money at? Where did that money go? I'm doing the Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park. Is this on? Is this thing on? Yeah. It seems, look, they can talk all their Marxist and tribal bullshit and all that. Tribal community, family raising and all that. At the end of the day, can we just say this organization was out to raise money for themselves? Can we say that? Allegedly. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.